welcome to SVG-TV News for Monday, June 16, 2025. I am Investor Bowens with the details. Leon Andre John, a 28-year-old laborer of Belmont, has become the second person to be arrested and charged in connection with the triple homicide that occurred in Belmont on May 16, 2025. On Saturday, May 24, 2025, police arrested and charged Kezroy Ryan, a 25-year-old laborer of Lomans Leeward, with multiple counts of murder and attempted murder in relation to the incident. He has been remanded into custody. Today, the second suspect appeared before Senior Magistrate Colin John at the Serious Offences Court, where 6 charges were read to him, including 3 counts of murder for the deaths of Leslyn Davis, Damian Cumberbatch, and Hainsley Brown, all residents of Belmont. In addition to the murder charges, John is also facing 3 counts of attempted murder. These relate to the shooting of Hayden Ballantyne, a 60-year-old laborer who was reportedly shot in the left foot, as well as Celeste Davis and Bon Abbott, who were also allegedly shot during the incident. Due to the indictable nature of the offences, John was not required to enter a plea. He has been remanded to Her Majesty's Prison until July 1st, 2025, when a new date is expected to be set for the commencement of the preliminary inquiry. Speaking at a press conference today, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime Trevor Bailey confirmed that investigations into the deadly incident are ongoing, noting that they are committed to ensuring that all individuals involved in the heinous crime are brought to justice.
Arrested and charged 2 persons thus far in relation to the murder. The investigation is still ongoing. We are looking at whether or not these persons were supported in any way by any other, whether or not there were any conspiracy, whether or not they were aided and abetted in committing these offenses. That aspect of the investigation is very much alive and well. So the investigation is still ongoing in relation to this matter.
He added that the investigative team has narrowed down a possible motive which will be disclosed during the court proceedings.
We are not at the stage of a trial. We're not at trial, and the evidence in this matter will be revealed in a court of law. We can say that the investigation thus far has clearly revealed the reasons why the killing took place. We're not prepared to start giving evidence at a press conference. Rather, we'll await the trial of this matter. Well, I wouldn't say unduly concerned. I'll say that the reasons for the killing, it was limited to what transpired in the shop. So it was not a case where somebody just left home and the 4 shop that they met, they just went in and shot up a shop. It was not a case like that. But these circumstances was limited to the events in the shop.
So in other words, it was targeted.
The public is being urged to come forward with any additional information that could assist in the ongoing investigation. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has seized 2 high-powered illegal firearms as part of its ongoing efforts to combat gun violence. The seizures occurred last week and over the weekend. The firearms recovered include an AK-27 assault rifle and an Uzi submachine gun, both of which are prohibited weapons under the national firearms legislation. Speaking at a press conference today, Commissioner of Police Enville Williams described the seizure as a significant breakthrough in the nation's anti-gun operations.
For me, is some of the successes we've had in recent times. And recent meaning Friday into Saturday, where the police conducted a number of operations and confiscated on this side an AK-47 with an extended magazine and some related rounds and other assorted ammunition, included hollow point ammunition, and on this end, an Uzi, well, a 9mm is there as well, but an Uzi. So this is some of the things that start to show themselves on our streets, and these are weapons that are meant for the battlefield to cause total destruction and mayhem. And friends, this is what the police have to battle with day in, day out to keep our citizens safe.
According to the Commissioner, the matter is currently under active investigation and charges are expected to be laid against certain individuals in connection with the weapons.
As it relates to the Uzi and the AK-47 are still ongoing. No charges were laid for that. For the 9mm, one of them, I don't know which one, the one down there, one person was charged for that, and that I think this person will have gone to court already on Tuesday, because that was on Tuesday. For the other 9mm from Saturday, that is still ongoing investigations.
Commissioner Williams also emphasized that anti-gun operations will continue and called on all sectors of society to play a role in the fight against crime. He made a special appeal to churches to intervene through prayer and urged young people to put down their weapons or surrender them to the authorities. The top cop is also encouraging members of the public to share any information that may assist in ongoing investigations, assuring that all tips will be treated with the strictest confidentiality. A police constable was reportedly shot during an operation over the weekend and has since been airlifted out of the country for further medical treatment. According to Commissioner of Police Enville Williams, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has launched a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident. Commissioner Williams said the officer is recovering well, however, he is not in a position to provide additional details at this time as the matter is still under investigation.
The police were conducting an operation on Saturday morning in the Chauncey area, and during that operation, 2 persons got shot, one of which is the police officer. When more details becomes available, I will let the country, let the media know, because like I said, there is nothing to hide really. Okay.
Okay, so was the officer on duty?
Yes.
Was he part of that?
Yes, he was part of the operation.
Are you in a position to tell us the age, name, and rank of the officer?
He's a constable, a male. I am not prepared at this point in time to say what his name is, because he's still seeking medical attention, and there might be some privacy issues attached to that, so that when I get an all clear from the doctors that he's recovering well, I can share the information to you.
The Commissioner said the injured police officer served for 17 years with the RSVG police force. He also confirmed that another individual was injured during the same operation. COP Williams said the other person who was shot is reportedly a suspect in the matter and is currently in stable condition at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. Investigations are ongoing. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has announced the implementation of stricter measures for the upcoming Carnival season, particularly regarding the use of amplified music at events. Commissioner of Police Enville Williams stated that a valid certificate from the Inland Revenue Department must now be submitted along with the application form for permission to use amplified music.
You will only get permission from the police when you have a certificate from the Inland Revenue saying that they've signed off on your function. Please bear that in mind. For the events coordinators, promoters, you need to go to Inland Revenue to get the certificate from them, so that the permission for the amplified music will come after. Without that certificate from Inland Revenue, hear me what I'm saying slowly. Without the certificate from Inland Revenue, private promoters will not be given permission for amplified music. So if I were you, I'll start getting my house in order, start getting the on to Inland Revenue, asking what is required of you, and fulfill those requirements so that you can get the certificate to accompany your application for amplified music here.
In addition to the new requirement, police are also clamping down on the use of explicit language during public events. Deputy Commissioner of Police Frankie Joseph issued a warning to DJs and event promoters, noting that law enforcement has observed an increase in the use of inappropriate and obscene language over sound systems.
Let me remind event coordinators, DJs, all who are doing private events. I noticed this been creeping in where DJs are using expletive, playing music with expletive. I ask you to desist from doing that. Once you trespass in that area, we're going to pull the plug on the event. Let us promote clean culture so that everybody can enjoy themselves, and do not promote nothing that will transcend violence.
Authorities are encouraging early applications for event permits and full compliance with all legal requirements. Public Service Week 2025 officially commenced today with a church service held at the New Testament Church of God at Wilson Hill. This year, the week is being observed from June 16 to 23rd under the theme, Disaster Ready Together, a public service commitment to resilience. The theme emphasizes the critical role that public officers play in national preparedness, disaster response, and fostering community resilience. In her welcoming remarks, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry responsible for the public service, Mrs. Catherine De Freitas, noted that the week of activities is dedicated to recognizing and celebrating the United Nations Public Service Day, which is observed globally on June 23rd each year.
It's a global moment to recognize the immense value, virtue, and unwavering dedication of the men and women who have served and have devoted their lives to the noble vocation of public service. This week is our celebration, a chance to pause, reflect, and commemorate the profound role we play day in and day out across countless ministries and departments. We commit ourselves to building a stronger, safer, and more prosperous nation for all. It's about the vital services we deliver, the challenges we overcome, and the positive impact we make on the lives of our citizens. Over the coming days, we have a variety of activities planned, opportunities for fellowship, learning, reflection, and celebration. These events are designed not just to mark the occasion, but to strengthen the bonds that make our public service great.
De Freitas expressed particular appreciation for the collaboration with the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, stating that this partnership highlights the importance of the week's theme.
Today we gather not only in thanksgiving for their years of faithful service, but also in spiritual solidarity for the grace and strength that has sustained us through the years. In times marked by uncertainty and adversity, natural disasters, global health challenges, and economic upheavals, our unity, preparedness, and unwavering strength of duty emerge as our greatest strengths. We are reminded that the resilience of our nation is closely tied to the dedication and preparedness of its public servants. The strength we reflect on this morning draws from a divine source. As Psalm 46:1 proclaims, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Let us also ground ourselves in this spiritual assurance.
The Public Service PS also highlighted that one of the key events during the week will be the recognition and honoring of public service retirees, acknowledging their dedication and invaluable contributions to national development.
To those present with us and those listening on the media, your steadfast dedication has been a pillar of our nation's resilience. Your efforts, whether seen or unseen, have fortified systems, uplifted communities, and laid foundations upon which future generations will build. We honor your legacy. In looking forward, I invite us to recall a profound insight from the book, A Time of Despair, Beyond COVID, Volcanic Eruptions, Hurricane Elsa, and Global Turmoil, authored by Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. And I quote, "In times of overwhelming conflict, civilizations either descend into barbarism or into despair. This concept of despair, fresh hope in the face of devastation, mirrors our public service efforts. We chose not despair, but renewal, not fracture, but unity, not defeat, but resilience."
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, addressing the congregation at the Thanksgiving service for Public Service Week 2025, expressed deep appreciation for the work and dedication of public servants across all sectors. The Prime Minister highlighted key legislative and institutional reforms undertaken by his administration to enhance the status and working conditions of public officers. He said among them was the repeal of the Public Officers Conditions of Employment Act, which had been in effect since 1970. He also pointed to a major achievement under his leadership, the reclassification of the public service, aligning public service roles more fairly with equivalent positions in the private sector. Dr. Gonsalves added that his government has introduced institutional reforms aimed at improving the efficiency and effectiveness of the public service. These include advances in applied information and communication technology, as well as enhancements to retirement benefits and the administrative processes related to pensions. Public Service Week 2025 continues with a range of activities designed to engage and honor public servants. On Tuesday, the public speaking competition at the Methodist Church Hall will take place. Wednesday, the Public Service Appreciation Ceremony and Years of Service Recognition. On Thursday and Friday, Ministerial Internship Program and a Disaster Preparedness Workshop. On Saturday, June 21st, the Public Service Retirement Cocktail, and on Monday, June 23rd, Public Service Day, March and Exhibition. The observance of Public Service Week coincides with the global recognition of United Nations Public Service Day, held annually on June 23rd. The day celebrates the value and virtue of public service to communities worldwide and recognizes the role of public servants in shaping more effective, inclusive, and transparent governance. A memorandum of understanding was signed by the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Forestry, Rural Transformation, Industry and Labor, Sabota Caesar, and Carol Balcom of Carnival Farms to establish a public-private partnership with Carnival Farms for the operation of the Montreal Greenhouse Park. The MOU stipulates that Carnival Farms will lead vegetable production at the site, while the ministry retains access to ensure ongoing technical collaboration. The document also includes a provision for agricultural students from secondary schools and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Technical College to utilize the facility for educational purposes. Speaking at the signing, Minister Caesar noted that the Montreal Greenhouse Park will serve as a model of innovation and collaboration through the partnership.
I take this opportunity to thank the technical staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, Rural Transformation, Industry and Labor, and Carnival Farms for getting us to this very important juncture in the expansion of vegetables in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We continue to diversify the agriculture sector, and in the immediate aftermath of the removal of trade preferences, we decided in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to utilize a significant sum of the monies allocated to the banana accompanying measures to ensure that we invest significantly in vegetable production. The Montreal Greenhouse Park was established. However, owing to the destructive forces of 32 volcanic eruptions, there was significant damage to the greenhouse park. I want to take this opportunity to again thank the technical staff for the advice and the work done to rehabilitate certain aspects of the Montreal Greenhouse Park. It was always the intention, and even before the Greenhouse Park was impacted by the hurricane, for there to be a public-private partnership. And I'm indeed grateful that over the last 24 months, we're able to have significant discussions with Carol Balcom of Carnival Farms, and we're able to go through the legal and technical justifications as to why an excellent female farmer will now be able, through this MOU, to begin to produce vegetables at the Montreal Greenhouse Park.
He further revealed that under a $27 million World Bank funded program, over 40 shade houses will be established across the country within 6 months. He said these investments will expand greenhouse and shade house infrastructure and create new opportunities for youth engagement in agriculture. Carol Balcom expressed gratitude for the opportunity and outlined her plans to transform the facility into a hub of consistent local food production while providing jobs and training opportunities for youth and women.
I'd like to take this opportunity to express a heartfelt thank you to the Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Subutu Caesar, and the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for giving me the opportunity to operate the Montreal Greenhouse Park. And I want to take agriculture to another level. With the recent tariff hikes and inflation going on globally, it is very important that we are self-sufficient and produce locally. This is the only way that we would beat the odds. I want to create an avenue of opportunity for persons who have never been involved in agriculture to participate and reap the rewards of productiveness. This is a fantastic facility that will be utilized to make agricultural products available at a reasonable price to the consumers both locally and regionally. It's going to be a major investment, and I have chosen the agriculture sector as my career. I'm going to be looking for young persons to employ and change. I want to take this time to encourage young women and young men to get involved with agriculture. I will be planting in cycles with a consistent supply. It's not easy work. You have to be